What's up, everybody? It is Sanchez 405. You're back here on the Warpath. And if you're new with my boy Juan Gotti right over here, because I'm not used to the sides on this thing. We're here, Mr. 3000. He's like Bernie Mac up in here, about to hit 3,000. So y'all make sure, if you're not subscribed to him, go ahead, go over there, subscribe to him. His link is in the description. And like this video, comment, share it out, whatever you can do. Greatly appreciate it, because we're talking Washington football team, and we're live. We're talking Washington football team. A lot of news is going on. But before anything else, Juan, brother, how you doing?
I'm doing well, man. How about yourself?
I can't complain, dude. I'm just glad to have you on here, being so patient, being gracious with your time with me, because I was running late from work, but nonetheless, we are here, man, and we are 3 weeks. We're on 3-week streak now. We're on 3-week streak. So shout out to everybody in there. Anna's in there. Casper Hill, what's up? And B Nizzle, hashtagging it up. If y'all want to go ahead and get you some stock advice, go over there and find out B Nizzle. But Juan, we're gonna dive right into it. We're gonna be here for about an hour, and the news of the week so far is the name. We've known this was coming. We knew, like, everybody knows that it's going to be 2022 before we get the new name. But everybody it seems like a lot of people, not everybody, acts brand new when this comes around. It's like everybody gets all in their feelings about this name. But this week they said it's probably down to 5 names. Some of them look terrible. And then it's not going to be Warriors. So my thing is, I'm going to ask you this. Is your name still in the running, the name that you like? Do you really care anymore? You just want to see the name? Or and what are your thoughts on it not being Warriors?
Well, first, I want to say shout out to B Nizzle, man. That's my guy. And secondly, can I be brutally honest with you?
Go ahead.
I don't really have the name that I want. I mean, I was going with Red Wolves just because that was the favorite, and that was pretty cool. But me personally, I haven't put that much effort and thought into saying, yeah, I want this to be the name. I honestly don't care. If we're the football team, we're the football team. We're still going to call them our previous name. Whatever name we're going to be called, we're still going to call them the old name regardless. Right. So I really don't care what the name is. I mean, obviously, I don't want anything dumb. There's my thing, right? I said it in my video. I don't have a name that I want, but I have names that I don't want it to be, if that makes sense. I know that doesn't make sense, but that's how I am over here. It's a little bit weird. But yeah, I don't really have any preference. If we're still the football team, because you remember they're trying to get that trademark, and if we're that's cool. Whatever we are, I'm still going to be a fan, because I'm a fan whatever the name doesn't determine my fandom. I'm a fan regardless. And as far as it being Warriors, I'm actually happy it's not Warriors, just because they want to stay away from the Native American thing. I understand. And not only that, you have the Golden State Warriors in the NBA, and they just coming off of being a dynasty. They're the more popular team, and just I don't want to be named something else that is another name in another sports league. So I'm glad we're not called the Warriors.
Yeah, I don't mind not being called the Warriors. I just think it's the justification behind it is a little weird, because I feel like you can turn that. They tried to flip that around, and it was a little weird how Jason Wright kind of explained it. But either which way, it's not going to be Warriors. We're not going to be like HTTW just yet. But there is an opportunity there for, I guess, people to look at it. And a lot of people didn't realize this about the Warriors when they were in Philadelphia way back when. It started out as a Native American based theme, and they had a mascot and everything, but I think they changed it. So this just shows you really the power of time and changing in the change of guards, because if you can frame it right, you can get away with it. And I think the Golden State Warriors, they framed it right and kind of got away with it. Let's be honest. This is a team we're going to be brutally honest. This team has been sloppy. If that's one thing it's guilty of, is sloppy and oversight on a lot of places. And this is coming into it. We finally got people who know what they're doing. So we got to take time to. It takes time to get this right, and I want them to get it right. Now, some of these names, like the Commandos and the Monarchs and the Presidents, I would like to see. Maybe we play Dead Presidents. If we score a touchdown, we just did presidents all over. Don't know. Red Wolves is still on the table as well. And I know a lot of people, like I said, like that. I'm cool with just dropping the red. And that was a interview with JP Finley had with Jason Wright, that R doesn't necessarily have to be in the name. And I'm kind of cool with that. Now, if you want to just drop the R and be like the Wolves or something like that, I can live with that. I can live with that, but I don't want something too terrible. And I didn't know, like, Fox was the only place that Channel 5 was the only place that really said that. So I don't know. They could be just throwing something out there, but no name is going to match the old name. No name is going to match Redskins. That's like, not everybody's going to like this name. We may hate it for a while. So I don't know in that respect. So shouting out to, let's see here. We got B Nizzle here. When I was called, oh God, Anthony, we don't need to know that, but that's okay. Down south, what's up? Gunner says, I don't want a basic name, something unique. Let's see here. Damien, what's up, man? Branding matters. It's true. Let's see. Super Bowl champ Skins, what's up? Commanders or Sentinels? I don't think it's going to be Sentinels. But I don't think we're going to see Keanu Reeves come out anytime soon. But yeah, man, I think you hit it right on the nose. We don't root for this team, especially us from the DMV. We don't root for this team because of the name. We root for it because of where we're from. And everybody else who doesn't really care, they're Ravens fans and Cowboy fans and everything.
Yep. I totally agree with that. And like I said, me personally, the name isn't that big of a deal to me. Now, I do want to talk, none that you were on the topic of Monarchs and all the other crazy names. Did you see one on the list? It said the 32 something, like,
yes,
I'm like the Washington 32s, like that. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I understand it's for well, when I first saw it, I thought it was for how many teams were in NFL, but I had to realize,
1932.
Yeah, and I knew that, but at the moment I was just probably, going a little too fast. But that doesn't make sense, you know what I'm saying? And I really hope they're not considering that as a real name, which I highly doubt. Now, here's my thing. If I'm Daniel Snyder and Jason Wright, I'm going with the Red Wolves. Why am I going with the Red Wolves? Because that seems to be the fan favorite. And if you want, along with winning football games, if you want to get fans back in the seat, you want to give them what they want. If they want Washington Red Wolves and that seems to be the favorite, you know how many fans are going to come to the stadiums based off of that? You know how much money is going to put in Daniel Snyder's pocket off of that? Merchandise. And then if we're winning, come on, man.
Come on.
It makes the perfect sense. And like I said, regardless, if you're a real diehard fan, it don't matter what we're called. And as long as we're winning, you're going to come to the games. But if you want to get the team here off rips in 2022, based off of this year coming up, if we do good and it's the Red Wolves, it's double your money, Daniel Snyder. So if I'm you, I'm going with the Red Wolves.
Go ahead now. I ain't mad at you. Now, I did hear that DC 32s was something that B Nizzle used to drink back in the day when he was growing up. So that's probably what it was. It was those DC 32s, them drinks that used to come in them 32 ounces before. We don't know what's up in there because it's a family show, but either way. But we move along. We move from that topic because God, I mean, we're going to talk about this ad nauseum. But Brandon Scherff, it looks like they're not going to come to a contract agreement. And the consensus of that is that I personally don't think he's going to be here next year. You and I have talked about this. So do you think that kind of puts a nail in coffin? Do you think they will come to an agreement before, let's say, before week 1? Do you think they'll come to it? And if not, will they ever come to one?
Well, First, honestly, I don't think it puts a nail in a coffin for Brandon Scherff and him being a Washington football team for the future. Only because Ron Rivera loves this guy, and it's not hard to not love Brandon Scherff because he's a great guy. He's a great competitor on the field. He's a great leader. He's one of the guys that you want on this team if you're talking about building a culture. So I think
Mm-hmm.
that it's the nail is in the coffin for Brandon Scherff, in my opinion. Nah, I don't think so. Just because Ron Rivera, he came out and said we want to get a long term deal done.
Mm-hmm.
Now how true he really feels about that now at this point that they can't get a deal done before training camp starts, I don't know. But I would like to think he's still going to try. Do I think it's going to get done before week 1? And no, I do not. I personally think if like and I'm in the same boat with you. I
Mm-hmm.
think it's over with Brandon Scherff, but I don't think Ron Rivera thinks it's over. I think he still wants to get a long-term deal done. So as far as being Ron Rivera and being in his shoes, I don't think it's over. But for me being a fan on the outside looking in, yeah, I would think this is a little concerning, and I would like to think that this could be his last year here.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're 110% right on that one. Going over some of the comments. What's up, DeMarco? How you doing? The DC scandal. I like that one, Gunner. And let's see here. Today was the last day, and there was something else I had saw I wanted to comment on. Okay, and Abel brings up a good question here. What's your opinion on whether a fan gets to not wear Redskin merch to the game because of the name change? Do you agree or no? I'll let you take this, guy. I think I got an interesting perspective on this, but I'll let you go ahead first. Not really
Okay.
interesting, but
Yeah, so I actually saw this earlier and I commented on this earlier. So
mm-hmm.
you're telling me I spent $300 on tickets and it's
Yes.
a dress code I have to follow? No, I don't care if I show up in a Redskins jersey, a Washington jersey. I don't care what I show up in. You better let me in that stadium if I paid my hard-earned money to come
Mm-hmm.
see you play. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it should matter, but it's a little concerning that Jason Wright is actually putting some thought into banning
Yeah.
Redskin jerseys. I don't even think it's that. I mean, I'll take that back. It could be that deep for some Native Americans because I can't tell them how to feel. If you truly feel offended by that name to the point where you don't even want to see people wearing the jerseys, that's
Mm-hmm.
understandable. But at the same time, you cannot. You already took away our name. Now you're gonna take
Mm-hmm.
away us not being able to wear it. That's BS, man. So I don't think he should do it. I don't think it should be a thing. I think as long as we pay our hard-earned money to go see the boys play,
Mm-hmm.
we can wear whatever we want.
Yeah, see, this is and this is my take on this. One, he never said this. He didn't say that. He just said they haven't figured out how they would handle references to the old name. So
Right.
I don't know where this is coming from. Where I haven't heard this. So I think people are just kind of like, this is what I think this is just something that's made. It's fake news pretty much.
Mm.
But I don't think there's any way you can do that. And pretty much like what B Nizzle said, it's your money. You're paying to see these guys. Like if I got unless you giving me like a $3,000 credit at the least to go in your store and buy stuff in my size, you ain't telling me you're gonna tell me to cover this up. No, I'm not covering it up. Like, that's ridiculous. That's asinine. And I think he said they don't know how to handle the references to it. AKA when people sang Hail to the Redskins, they don't know what they're going to say. That's what that means. They're not going to stop people from wearing Redskin stuff in there. I'm going to tell you something. Kyle from Burgundy Zone and Freddie Ham over there, HTWR, they did podcasts at FedEx Field during draft day. Guess what they were wearing? Redskin stuff. Get over it. Like, that's not going to happen. That's not feasible. So then what you're trying to tell me is, and Juan, I'm not yelling at you. What people are trying to tell us is the fact that, okay, so if somebody wears an Atlanta Braves, because there are a lot of Atlanta Braves fans up there, right? They wear Kansas City. What are you going to tell Kansas City fans to stop wearing Chiefs stuff? Like that makes no sense. You won't stop people from singing "Hail to the Redskins" if they score against the when they score against the Chargers. It just won't happen.
Yeah,
it's not. They cannot and they will not tell you that this is something that was made up by somebody who did not understand what was going on. That's exactly what that is. I don't even know how that got out there, but that is crazy. If you've got this world of inclusiveness now that you're dealing with this team, why would you do that? That makes absolutely no sense. Either way, I digress in that respect. So that's like we're gonna get people to stop doing the tomahawk chop at Atlanta baseball game. No, stop that. Let's see here. If they let people in, come in painted and almost naked, people should be able to have the risk. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Nobody wants to see some 50-year-old man's beer belly and appendix scars and everything out. It's got more breast than a bucket of KFC. I wish they would send me away and spend. I'm not messing with you. Third down. What's up, awesomeness? And I paid the team for this merch. I better be able to. Exactly, Gunner. No, they can't tell you not to wear Redskins merch because of First Amendment freedom of speech. They're a private organization, buddy. How about the Washington Escort? Oh, that would be good. Get Marvin out. The thought crush. But I don't know, man. This is gonna be wild. But going back to that, but that was a good question, though. And I'm gonna ask you this too. We'll dive into football actually instead of. See, we did this last week with you too. We spent on the name and everything.
On Dwayne Haskins, on Matthew Stafford.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my gosh. And we may go around the league here in a little bit, but I'm going to give you opportunity. Who do you think? And we'll start We'll start on offense first. Who will be the X factor on offense?
I personally think the X factor, if we're talking for this team to succeed and actually do good and possibly make the playoffs and make a run, X factor is Ryan Fitzpatrick, assuming that he's the starter. Now, if he's not the starter and it's Taylor Heineke, he's the X factor. The quarterback play, whoever's behind or under center, rather, whoever's taking a snap from Chase Roulier each and every down, they're the X factor. However they play, that's where this team is going to go. You can have Terry McLaurin putting up 1,000 yards season or Antonio Gibson putting up 11 to 15 touchdowns a year. But if your quarterback isn't playing good on a consistent basis, you're not going to go nowhere. So your X factor for this team to be good is for Ryan Fitzpatrick, assuming he's going to be the starter, to be good. Like I told you on my channel, Ryan Fitzpatrick, if I can just get 30 and 15 is still a lot of interceptions. But if I can get 30 and 15 out of Ryan Fitzpatrick or 25 and 10, we're winning the NFC East.
Yeah. I think that's quite possible that we could win the NFC East if he goes 30 and 15. The biggest thing I have the question with Ryan Fitzpatrick is, does he finish the season, or is there little breaks in the season of where he's kind of like he's Fitzmagic, then he's Fitztragic? Like, we don't need either one of those. We just need Fitzpatrick. We need Ryan right here in the middle. That's all. Even keel. And last year we went through 4 quarterbacks, one division. Thankfully Dak was hurt, or we probably wouldn't have won division. But no, I think I like that X factor, man. I will kind of go on a separate route with you, though. I think the X factor isn't one person in particular. I think it's 5. It's the offensive line. I think this offensive line, because they've got so many variables, and you and I talked about where this offensive line was ranked. It was ranked awfully high, and everybody's new pretty much. The three out of 4 are going to be 3 out of 5 are going to be new. So you got new left tackle, probably a new left guard. Your center Roulier, we know what he is. Brandon Scherff, can he stay healthy? That's the biggest question. And your right tackle is going to be new. Whether it's going to be Lucas, who primarily played all left tackle last year, and or Cosme. So I think that is the biggest X factor, because this offensive line and their ability to keep the quarterbacks upright and open up holes for the running back, I think that's going to be very key this year.
Yep. I totally agree with you with that front because like you said, pretty much everybody is new outside of Brandon Scherff and Chase Roulier. And although it is going to be exciting and fun to see what they're going to look like, and it's very important, we also have a plus with that because we have
Mm-hmm.
so many offensive guards and we have so many what's the word, we can do a different many
Combinations, yeah.
combinations. There we go. We can do different many combinations with this offensive line. I mean, you can have some plays or not even plays if we can have different setups if that's what you if you will, right?
Mm-hmm.
It can be Cornelius Lucas at left tackle one play. It can be Wes Schweitzer at left guard or Eric Flowers at left guard, Sadiq Charles at left guard, and then it can be Samuel Cosme at right tackle or even Charles Leno at right tackle. We can do so much stuff with this offensive line. So definitely it is going to be a challenge since these guys are going to be new, and that's definitely the X factor. But also on the flip side, we're one of the NFL teams that we can say we're lucky because we have so many offensive weapons on that offensive line or offensive players that can play multiple positions on that offensive line. So flexible and versatile. That's the word.
Yeah, no, I think you hit the nail on the head right there, and it's going to be who I think, and this is why. And Gunnar brought up this point, and I know he's joking, but he's being serious at the same time too. He said, "Scherff being healthy, hell no, prove me wrong." I think this is why you're backloading on guards too. Mm-hmm. Why you having Wes Schweitzer? Why you bring in Eric Flowers? Why you may do something with Sadiq Charles? You're doing this because you're not really sure what you're going to get. Like I always said, Brandon Scherff, he can miss a month, and that's a quarter of your season right there. So I hold firm to that. I think he's absolutely right. But I think that offensive line, you got to. That is the basis of this. They need to, and they're going to get tested too this year. They're going to get tested. They got to play Tampa Bay's defensive line this year, which is going to be a tough task because you got Ndamukong Suh on there, you got JPP, and then those linebackers as well. They're going to be probably coming up and blitzing in the gaps and stuff. So this is going to be a big test for them. But it will switch over and we'll go to the defense. Hold on, I'll ask. Let me check some comments here. Brian says the only fair way to ban Redskins gear is the team has to offer to buy back. Absolutely. And I'm not selling my stuff. Sorry. We have to come out the gate shooting with this brutal. Yeah, you're right. And then don't be surprised if they name us the Washington Commanders. It's about respect, even when it's not given. It's a good take on that, Kevo. I hear you there. And then I got, oh my gosh, Anthony, the Soul Searchers. I'm not messing with you. But we move over to the defensive side of the ball, Juan. And I think I know where you may go with this, but I'm going to ask you, who is your X factor on the defensive side of the ball?
Well, I mean, like you did with the offensive line, it's that whole front four, but I'm not gonna be boring. I'm gonna be exciting because
you call me boring now. I got you.
I'm not saying you're boring, but I'm saying I want to be a little different. But no, no, definitely we know this.
I know.
we know this defensive line is the X factor on this defense. But just for the sake of being different, let's talk about somebody else. I think the X factor is I was going to go Jamin Davis, but I don't want to put so much pressure on the guy because he's a rookie. Let's go William Jackson. William Jackson. And the reason why I say he's the X factor is because if he can perform well, he shuts down a one side of the field. He gets that Jalen Ramsey, Stephon Gilmore kind of treatment if he performs the way I feel like he's going to perform. Because he played so well. He was PFF's best man coverage in corner. I believe he was either number one or he was top 5 in that category if he wasn't number one. He was PFF's one of the best man coverage in corners in Cincinnati. Playing phenomenal in Cincinnati behind that defensive line that was putrid. I'll be honest. Outside of when they had Geno Atkins and when they had Carlos Dunlap there, can't name you. And I know they're not there no more, but that should tell you I can't name nobody else on their defensive line. I forgot the guy's name, but he was making plays against us. He was like 6'7" or 6'8". I know you guys know what I'm talking about. He was making plays against us, but that should tell you he didn't have no help really, and he was putting up numbers like that. And he was the only person that I swear to God, he's the only person I've seen shut down Terry McLaurin. I'll be honest. When we play LA, he wasn't really checking Jalen Ramsey because they had him in a slot a lot. And other than that, no one's been able to shut Terry McLaurin down since entering the league. I know a lot of people say, well, Jair Alexander, but he gave Jair Alexander some work in that Green Bay game. Go back and look at the film. But he's the only person I've really seen shut down Terry McLaurin. And even in that game, Terry McLaurin still gave him a few buckets and whatnot. But with William Jackson, I feel like he's the X factor, because if he can shut down one side of the field, the quarterback won't even look his way. I mean, I don't think he's going to come out the gate shutting everything down, just because the quarterbacks are going to test them. You know what I'm saying? And let me take that back. Actually, he's not going to come out the gate shutting things down. The quarterbacks are not going to not throw at him. It was coming out the gate. That's what I should have said to start off. They're not going to throw at him. Week 1 through 3, 1 through 5 rather. I think the quarterbacks are going to try to test them. But once he makes them pay, which I think he will, the quarterback won't even look that way. And I feel like that is so important, because if you take away one side of the field, man, that quarterback is one-dimensional. And not to mention, we have Kendall Fuller on the other side of Benjamin St. Juste, and if they can just play up to par with William Jackson, I just feel like this secondary is going to be phenomenal. Like a lot of people sleeping on our secondary, man, and I know we upgraded over William Jackson, but Kendall Fuller doesn't really get his recognition like he deserves. I know some people are starting to give him his recognition, but they're still sleeping on him. A lot of people aren't talking about Benjamin St. Juste, Bobby McClain, Derek Forrest, Daryl Roberts, who can be a nice slot piece, Jimmy Moreland. We have so many people in this secondary that can help out William Jackson, but I feel like he's the X factor. And sorry to ramble on, but I feel like he's the X factor, because if he can just shut down one side of the field, have that Jalen Ramsey effect, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, and I think you made a good point there too, Juan, because let's be honest, Ronald Darby's been pretty much trash his whole career. But they put him in a system that got him paid. Let's not make it wasn't anything he did that really got him paid. Wow. It's the system that got him paid. Now you bring in somebody like William Jackson, who's actually going to wear his number this year, which I find that hilarious. But bring him in here, who has been pretty good on a bad defense. So I think that I think that's a good point there. Now, and I will deviate from you. I think the X factor, while I don't think he's the best player on defense, I think the X factor for us. No. I'm going to my X factor now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. I don't think he's the best player. I think he is one of the best players on the team. Actually, he came in at 4 for me on my top 10 of returning players. Montez Sweat is the X factor. And I think, and why I say Montez Sweat is the X factor is if Chase gets tied up, or if Chase isn't healthy, what is he going to do? I mean, we saw last year when he was missing the struggles that he had in that Cleveland game against that Baltimore game. We saw those struggles, but he picked up. When Chase got healthier, his numbers got a lot healthier. So I do think that if he can take advantage of this, go to the next level. We've seen increases in sack with him. Get to the quarterback, hit him, 4 sacks, intercept. And we saw what he did. He had an interception, he had a pick 6, right? So I think that Montez Sweat getting in that position, taking advantage of opportunities, whether he's single team or has a little bit of weakness because it's shifted over to Chase Young. I think he can be an X factor for this team. And what's up, M? How you doing? Armand up in the house. What's up? He said, facts, Gotti. He said, William WJ 3 sticks is legit. I think their real plans to hide him in and out of zone. They're trying to make it hard for QBs to read if Will 3 sticks is in man or not. Okay, let's go here. Let's see.
Shout out to Armand.
That's our guy. Scherff is out. I agree with you on this one, Armand. Get what you can out of him at this point, and stop dilly dallying there.
That's
Let's see.
interesting.
Yeah.
I don't mean to cut you off by Montez
No, bro.
Sweat, but do you think if we get into the season, do you think teams would want to trade for Brandon Scherff? I don't know. Maybe if we're at the deadline and there's a team out there that's been banged up by injuries, but they still want to make a playoff push, they could possibly trade for Brandon Scherff. But I don't think so. Honestly, I think we're just gonna let him walk this up and coming next offseason rather if we don't pay him.
Yeah, I think see, you got to think about it too. He's a 30-year-old guard.
Mm-hmm.
And if somebody thinks they can get him on the market without trading out the farm, so you think about it, if they're trading a draft pick, what do you say? Maybe they gave you a third or a fourth round draft pick. They're not going to. They said, why would we do that? Are we going to mortgage our future for this 30-year-old often injured guard, even though he's an all-pro? I wouldn't do that. I think that'd be crazy to do that. But you got to see what you can get there. You don't want to sell pretzels and just get peanuts off of there or something. So let's see here. What's up, Merrill? How you doing? Ali, how you doing, brother? And Merrill says, I think it's Matt Ioannidis.
That's a great point.
That's a good one too. Yeah. Where are we at? I've lost my train of thought. I know what you go through now, huh? Yo, Sanchez, what's up, AM Hunter? How you doing, brother? Just stop by short. Be back shortly. AM Hunter, the man. Scherff either goes before the season or after, not during. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, agree, Scherff. Yep. And let's see. Yeah, Gunner of Oakland. Okay. What's up? TA of Noble Sports. Chase Young and Montez Sweat are two pit bulls ready to be let off the leash in this season. Very impactful players. I agree 110% with you there, bro. Check out TA Noble Sports, part of the ISN over there. And let's see. Scherff is perfect fit for the Steelers. And what they gonna give us? What you gonna trade for Dwayne Haskins to get him back here? Shout out TA. But we mentioned Chase Young, and I don't know if you saw the video. Yeah, I know you've probably seen the video already. But Chase Young is going to be in the NFL top 100. We don't know where he's going to land, so I'll preface this by asking you, what did you think about that? And then where do you think he's going to end up on the top 100 players?
Yeah, so first I enjoyed the little short clip because just to see Trent Williams, one of the best, and a lot of you guys can make the argument, but he could be, I don't know, I don't want to put myself out there, but I'm going to do it. Don't do it. Trent Williams maybe is the best left tackle in Washington's history. I don't know, because you have the you have the Chris Samuels and stuff like that in years past, and then back in the day with all the Hogs and stuff like that. But you have Trent Williams, one of the best left tackles in all of football. We know firsthand. And then you have his teammates Terry McLaurin in the clip, just showing him praise, and he called him. We're seeing a Hall of Famer unfold in front of our eyes. Quote Trent Williams. That's coming from one of the best left tackles in all of the game, man. You have Brandon Graham that was in that video. The guy for the Philadelphia Eagles, edge rusher for the Philadelphia Eagles, the most famous for ending the game, basically winning the Super Bowl in 2017 when he hit Tom Brady. It's great. I enjoyed it, and isn't I don't know. I feel like Kerrigan almost got on it every year, but I want to say this is probably like the first time in a while that I could remember us having a top 100 player, like being, assuming that he's going to be. I'm trying to say it without giving away my number, because I'm going to answer that next. But screw it. I was going to say I think Chase Young. Now that's hard, man. You put me on the spot. Now I'm thinking about it. 100 people, 100 players rather. Where would Chase Young, like? Because I don't want to rank him too low, but I don't want to rank him too high because he only is coming off his rookie year. Chase Young. I wish there was a way I could narrow this down, but I'm gonna just say a random number. Chase Young
Mm-hmm.
18. 18 is probably where
Ooh.
I feel like I know that's way too high.
Ooh.
That is way too high. But I just feel like if I would have said 30, that would have probably been too low, or too low. And then considering the fact of how much I don't like using this word, but it is true, and how much clout he has in the NFL, and this is amongst his peers, I would like to think he's going to be that high, but I don't know. Honestly, I don't know, but I'm going to say 18.
Okay, 18. All right,
What about you?
Oh Jesus.
18. That is extremely high.
Yeah, it is a little. I'm going lower. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to say 43.
That sounds more reasonable, man. Now you got me wanting to change mine.
No. You ain't changed. No. We got you locked in. Screw it. Juan Gotti said he's number one. That's exactly.
And I wouldn't be surprised. As much as I love Chase Young, we gotta be real here, man. Yep. This is I don't know, because I don't want to sound like a hater, because I love Chase Young.
Yeah.
But this man is receiving so much expectations. He is and on some people's board as the best edge rusher in the NFL. So I wouldn't even be surprised if that was the case. Obviously, that's not the case. You're Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady. But that's not the case. But I would not be surprised. I love me some Chase Young, though, man. If he's number one, I'm fine with that. I don't care if I'm being biased. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, you got to. You got to be, bro. And the old heads, Anthony St. Joe Jacoby, Jim Lachey.
Yeah, that's
from Merrill. We should trade Scherff and not let him walk. I agree with you, Sergio, but you got to find. Look. You can't go. Look, this is not breakdancing. This is not breakdancing at the high school dance or the middle school dance. This is prom. You got to have somebody with you. You got to have a dance partner. So we'll see. And let's see. How lit are the Vegas Raiders games going to be this year? And this is something else I'm going to ask you here in a second.
Cool.
Because I don't know if you've seen a trade. And TA asked panel, #panel. I like Jamin Davis from Kentucky. What impact do you see him having in his rookie season? Am I crazy enough to say this one? I don't see him winning the defensive rookie of the year, but I feel like he will be in contention for it.
Oh, definitely. That's not crazy.
Yeah, I think that he will be in contention for it, but I don't think he will win it. I think this kid, we got a guy who may have been a one-hit, it was a one-season wonder, but I've said this numerous times. If we can't trust Jack Del Rio and Ron Rivera to get a linebacker pick right, we've got more problems than just who they picked than Jamin Davis.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think he could have 100-some tackles. I think he could be high 80s, anywhere to 100 tackles if he stays healthy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's not crazy at all. To say that he won't win Defensive Rookie of the Year, you got to see the competition he's going up with. He got the Caleb Farleys, the J.C. Horns, the Patrick Surtains. You have the Micah Parsons. You have so many players that could possibly win that Defensive Rookie of the Year award. That's not crazy at all. Now, I do think he's a favorite to win it. That doesn't necessarily mean he's going to, but according to some of these betting odds that I've been looking around, he's actually one of the favorites to win Defensive Rookie of the Year. My impact is I want to just see and before I get to the impact, I want to actually add on what I want to see out of him. I don't necessarily expect the guy to go out there at 150 tackles and 5 interceptions and just being a guy that's going to wreak havoc from the start. Now that is great. That is what I hope happens. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to, but that's not what I'm expecting. My impact I think he's going to make. He's going to be a vocal leader early and often. He doesn't seem that kind of guy, but I could just see that. I can see him being that Terry of the defense, if you know what I mean. He doesn't seem that kind of guy that talks a lot, but he grows into being that, like Terry is slowly but surely doing. I see him being a guy that's going to be a leader. I see him being a guy that's just going to wreak havoc in that middle alongside Cole Holcomb for the next 10, 15 years, hopefully. So I expect his impact to be huge on this defense. But now don't be surprised if he gets off to a slow start stat-wise.
Mm-hmm. The Viper is a good player. He's good off the edge. I think, is he talking about Khalik? Let's see here. Jay Terry says I say 75 first time making. I got you. Merrill says 60. Anthony did say 50 up there. Chase is coming in at number 9. Ain't nobody messing with you, Gunner.
You see, man. 18, man. I should see.
Yeah. Let's see here. Have you guys talked about Gardner Minshew trade rumors? No, and we ain't gonna talk about him. We ain't talking about no Gardner Minshew. I know Merrill's big on him, but we ain't talking about no Gardner Minshew. I will say this. I did see, and you may have seen this too, that they were talking about there's a trade. I can't believe if it was like with the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
So Washington will send over Ioannidis, Heineke, and a first round pick.
Yeah, I seen that
for Derek Carr.
Nope.
Thank you.
Nope. Derek Carr is what, 32 years old now? I want to say
he's 30. He's like 32. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know. Good. Now if we're talking Derek Carr 24, 25, without a doubt, because that first round pick is going to be crazy to give up, because it's gonna be like, oh man, I don't know about giving up that first round pick. But if we're talking a 24, 25 Derek Carr, and can we, before I finish, can we just put out there that Derek Carr gets so much hate for no reason? What has he done to get all this hate besides keep Oakland and / Las Vegas in these games each and every year? I don't know. Derek Carr. He can't win by himself.
You're right. But he bet. Look. We're not getting in this. We're not getting in this.
Matt Stafford 2.0 conversation.
Damn it, Juan. We're not getting in this conversation this time. Boy, we had this conversation. It's the same thing. I'm telling you. He is like the diet soda version of Matt Stafford. I don't want to hear it. I know.
I understand and all, but he can't win by himself. This isn't tennis. You got to rely on your teammates. That it doesn't matter if you can't throw it to yourself.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Carson Wentz, Keeson. Oh, not Keeson, but what is it? Key and Point. There we go. Yeah. Key and Point. Carson Wentz 2018.
Yeah.
Who was he throwing to? And even last year, Travis Fulgham, Greg Ward, like, you know what I'm saying? So you can't throw it to yourself. But no, Derek Carr, if we're talking Derek Carr, 24, 25-year-old Derek Carr, I'll give up with that without a doubt. And I know, like I said, the first round pick is going to be, a hard pill to swallow. But if we're winning, so be it. That first round pick is going to be in the back end of the draft. But now, 32-year-old Derek Carr for Matt Ioannidis, first round pick, and Taylor Heineke. Now, here's what I would say. If we're playing really, really good this season, and we have a phenomenal season to the point where we're probably, let's just say, a second round or third round exit in the playoffs, that first round pick is going to be 26 to 28 or like 25, 24 around there. I would consider it. I wouldn't be, mad if it happened, but I'm looking back and saying, are you sure this is what you want to do? 32-year-old quarterback. We ain't talking about no Aaron Rodgers. Derek Carr isn't no Aaron Rodgers to be training for. If that was Aaron Rodgers, I'm giving up that without a doubt. But this is Derek Carr we're talking about here. As much as I do think he's very underrated and he gets a lot of hate, he as Warpath said, he got to win. He hasn't done that. You know what I'm saying? Outside of that 2016 season, and they didn't even do that well in the playoffs. I believe they were a second round exit, I want to say, in 2016. Was it the Chargers that put him on? I want to say, I don't remember, but
no, they lost. Remember, he got hurt. Mm-hmm. He got hurt against Indianapolis at home, and so they had to go in and play Houston with like their third string quarterback or something. They had to go to Houston.
Oh yeah,
they could have won the division and played a bye week, but Carr wasn't healthy, so. yeah, I look, I get it. I get what I get, like, people who are want interest in Derek Carr, but at the end of the day, when I look at somebody who's probably done a lot with nothing over the last couple of years and they still win, and I'm going to get crucified when I say this. My standard to that right now, because he really just has one target, always have revolving running back since Marshawn Lynch. It's Russell Wilson, y'all. It's Russell Wilson. He can squeeze the orange, man. Sometimes if that's what I think of. Like, if you don't have anything, but the defense has been terrible over the last couple of years. It's nowhere near when they won the Super Bowl. He does have DK Metcalf, so you got steroid in a can catching the ball. But that's what I think of when I say that. Like, and we don't make excuse. Like, Russ doesn't get these excuses made for him. But I ain't gonna touch it. I'm not gonna touch it. Too hot. I ain't gonna say that. Yeah. Carr's not bad. He's not bad. He's not good either. That's what I'm saying. He's okay. He's okay.
Now he's saying he's not good.
He's okay.
I don't want to say it has to be a difference from good and I don't know how to say, because he's good. I don't want. He's above average. He's good, but he's not great. So I think he deserves a good title.
Okay, here we go.
I think so.
Here we go. This is what I'm gonna do with you. Jared Goff, Derek Carr. Who you taking?
Derek Carr without a doubt.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Jimmy Garoppolo, Derek Carr. Woo! Okay. Let's see who else can I go to. Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Derek Carr. And the reason why I say this is the reason why I say this is because Derek Carr is going to give you a chance to win each and every Sunday. Okay. Ryan Fitzpatrick is going to give you a chance to win each and every Sunday, but he's going to also keep the other team in it. Jared Goff, trash. He couldn't win his team a Super Bowl, and like I always say, it's not just his fault, but he's Jimmy Garoppolo. I was just about to tell about Jimmy Garoppolo. He's Jimmy Garoppolo. He's Alex Smith. He's the as you like to say, diet version of Alex Smith.
Y'all see what he's doing? Use my words again.
Had to pull your own card out the bag.
Oh man!
But Jared Goff is the thrift store version of Alex Smith. He is a game manager. So is Jimmy Garoppolo. We don't need a game manager. We need someone that's going to push the ball down the field. Hence Derek Carr. Hence Ryan Fitzpatrick. But here's the thing with Ryan Fitzpatrick. He can give you 30, but he can also give you 30 in the other category.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So Derek Carr, out of everyone you just named, and Derek Carr is coming off his best season since 2016, and arguably his best season of his career, with 14,103 passing yards and 27 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. Now, I agree with you. I don't want to trade for him, especially with that trade package. No, I'm good off that. And he's not 32. He's actually 30 years old, so I was wrong on that. I thought he was a little bit older than that. But he's 30 years old. And I don't want to trade for him basically solely off that trade package with Matt Ionita's first round pick and Talkin. No, I don't know that. But to say that he's not a good player, nah, man, I can't agree with. I agree with you and everything else, man. And I love you, man. But
he's like I said, when I say he's not good, like, see, this is what they think is an indictment. He's okay. He's not bad. He's okay.
Above average. I'll take above average.
Slightly. He's slightly above average.
Okay, so
slightly.
Is Derek Carr top 15?
Ooh. Let me take a look. Let me take a look at it. Here we go. He ain't better than Kyler Murray.
Oh, really?
He ain't better. No, he ain't better. No Kyler Murray.
Okay, here's my thing. You can say off of skill wise, like basically off of skill wise, which has nothing to do with his NFL game, based off of his genes, based off of natural given talent. Let me say that. If you're saying that, okay, cool. He's not better than Kyler Murray in essence. But if we're talking what he's proven in the NFL, one, I don't think you can compare them to. Now, if you're comparing them to, Derek Carr blows him out the water. Next, go ahead. Let me know if you can name 15 quarterbacks better than Derek Carr. since you don't think he's top 15.
Lamar Jackson,
definitely okay.
Baker Mayfield.
Ooh,
your boy Stafford, Aaron Rodgers,
Baker?
Deshaun Watson.
Okay.
Let's see here.
So you don't think he's
Justin
top
Herbert.
15?
Yeah, I don't. Justin Herbert, Kirk family member. Russell Wilson.
Okay.
Ryan Tannehill. Tom Brady. Let's see, who else can I go? I'm almost there. I can do. Excuse me, Jared Goff. I just said that. Jared Goff. No. So you're right.
Okay,
He's top 15. No, you're right. He's top 15 because after that, it kind of goes downhill. So I will give you. He's top 12. He's mid range. He's a mid range. He's mid range quarterback.
Above average or average. I would like to say he's good. But if we're gonna go average, that's cool. But
slightly above average.
Herbert better than him? No.
Yes.
Baker?
Yes.
No. Tannehill?
Yes.
No. Come what?
Yes.
What? Come on. You put Derek Carr. You put Derek Carr. I mean, let me think right quick before I was gonna say you put Derek Carr on Cleveland, and nah, I'm not gonna say that.
Did we say my homeboy? I didn't even say my homeboy, so he's top 13 now. Sorry, I forgot all about my homeboy.
Okay, I think Carr is better than Baker, but that's cool. Justin Herbert's better. Here's the thing. Justin Herbert, similar with Kyler Murray, he may be naturally given talent better than Derek Carr, but if you can't compare them. But if you are going to compare them, Derek Carr is better than Justin Herbert, basically sold off what he did already in the NFL. Justin Herbert is only in his first year, coming off his first year. So if you're going to compare them from naturally talented based off of skill from what they were given. Yeah. Justin Herbert is better, but if we're talking about talent plus what they've done in the NFL, no, man, that's not true.
Long term, I get what you say, I agree with you on that. But I'm just talking about like a sample size as of what I'm remembering, as of last year and everything. I really do think, and Manny brings up a good point here. Carr and Baker are the same people, huh? That might be interesting. I
see it. I see it. Yeah. I see Baker, and you could take this for what this worth. I see Baker being a little bit more of a gunslinger. Neither one of them are gunslingers, but if we're talking who pushes the football down the field more, I can see Baker being more of that kind of player. But if we're talking who is better, if you're telling me, hey, you got to pick either these two quarterbacks to start your career, lead your team, Baker or Derek Carr, give me Derek Carr. Give me Derek Carr, and let me do this while we're on this discussion here. I just want to see Derek Carr's rookie year stats to compare him to not Baker, but what's the guy? Justin Herbert. Because let's be real, Justin Herbert was unreal. He was phenomenal last year, and it's gonna be exciting to see what he could do this in his second year with having better offensive weapons. I know they lost Hunter Henry, but they obviously have Keenan Allen. They got Mike Williams and stuff like that. It's gonna be fun to see. But Joe Burrow, if he never got hurt, he's not winning Rookie of the Year. Justin Herbert's not winning Rookie of the Year.
Lord, there we go. Joe Burrow too.
Let's be real.
That's 14. So I'm almost there. That's 14. Alexander Wilson, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. Derek Carr was 11th in QBR in 2020. Ryan Fitzpatrick was 5th. It's QBR, man. It's QBR. I get it. And it's what you and I said too. It's about sample size. Remember, we said that. I said that on your show about him being the best quarterback. It's sample size too, because he came in there. He was replaced. He replaced Tua in the middle games where.
Right.
Yeah. So.
And I was just about to say that too. You have Fitzpatrick that played no more than 8 or 9 games last year, and you have Derek Carr that played, if not all 17, close to that. So yeah, I mean QBR. I mean I could see it, but and I don't really take that as a source. Now, let me look at here. I pulled up Derek Carr's rookie year. His rookie year played in 16 games, started 16, 348 for 599 as his completion to attempt ratio, 3,270 yards, 21 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. Then you look at Justin Herbert, who had a better rookie year than him by far. 4,336 yards and 31 touchdowns for 10 interceptions, which is phenomenal for a rookie quarterback. But what I was getting to was, if you want to say off of raw talent, who's better, and you're picking Justin Herbert, I totally understand that. But if you're talking about talent and what they've done in NFL, you can't compare them. But if you are going to, Derek Carr is better. You can't say he's not. No.
And DC Bay, I forgot about Dak and Matt Ryan too. So Dak and Matt Ryan, bro.
No. Dak is better. I was about to say Matt Ryan. I was about to say. I was just going to throw it out there. I do think Matt Ryan is better. However, at this point in stage of his career, you would take a Matt Ryan over a Derek Carr? Considering the fact that he can evade the pressure, Derek Carr can. You know what I'm saying? He tends to have games where, and this is what every quarterback would, he tends to have games where he's not at his best, and he's old. I was trying to use that second point to cover up the fact that he's old, but he's old. Yeah. So Matt Ryan is still phenomenal, but I'm just saying, take that all into account, that he's a pocket passer facing pass rushes like what we have. So you would take a Matt Ryan over a Derek Carr at this point in his career?
Yeah. Former MVP, Super Bowl appearance, NFC champion. Yeah, of course I would. Okay, okay. Let me get through these comments
too,
because we're getting ready to come to the close here. But this is a doggone great conversation. I love this, man. Josh Allen's better than definitely. I said Josh Allen. I'm pretty sure. You feel me? DC, man, leave Chris Russell alone. It's better than listening to Bay's favorite person on 980, Joe Buck or Derek Carr. I think you know that answer. I think we would take Joe Buck any day of the week. Let's see here, and played less games. Alexander Wilson, another super chat. Thank you so much for that one too. Looking at the 2020 QBR rankings, Haskins was dead last, and Alex Smith was second to last. Alex Smith made it to the playoffs. Derek Carr did not. That's petty, and that's just me being petty. That's me being petty.
Because I'm about to say, if Derek Carr was in this division, he would have went to the playoffs 1 and 2. We had the Kansas City Chiefs in this division, man. Come on. You got to give me a break on that.
Derek Carr, they did beat Kansas City at Kansas City, though.
Yeah, they did.
They did. Baker's he's got the best rush, and I'd rather trade for thank you, Arthur.
But why, though? I honestly want to know why.
He was in the MVP conversation. I don't know. It's something about Derek. I feel like Jared Goff, if he was able to succeed with how bad people think he was with Sean McVay and everything, I think he's going to be fine. I'm calling this. It's going to be a hot take. Jared Goff will have the Lions in the playoffs
at some point, or this year. At some point in his tenure there.
Yeah, why not this year? Let's go on with it.
Hey, since you like to hassle me about my Dwayne Haskins take,
I didn't say no MVP. No, I didn't say no MVP.
No. I know. Don't you do that? I know you didn't say that, but the Lions making the playoff. I'm gonna hold that over your head
let's
forever
think about
if that doesn't happen.
Let's think about this now. Look, if it don't happen, don't happen. But let's think about this. Green Bay, they might not even have Aaron Rodgers, right? So it's a lot of things that have to go right. Chicago is garbage. Like let's just even though they got Justin Fields, Chicago's not that good. And then the Vikings, really? Kirk Cousins, come on now.
Come on, man.
They got the best running back in the division, no doubt.
Hold on. Okay, that's cool. Let me go with your list. Green Bay, they don't have Aaron Rodgers. Right. They don't win a division. That's totally understandable. Okay, but if they do have Aaron Rodgers, they're winning a division. Book it. Yeah. But second, Minnesota, why is Minnesota getting slept on? So their defense is phenomenal, man. And I know that secondary is a little bit questionable, but that front line and that front four, front seven, they just picked up Dalvin Thomas, and thank God, from New York, because he was so good from New York. Then you look at that offensive side of the ball. When Kirk Cousins is on, he is a top 10 quarterback in this league. Had himself in the MVP conversation last year before he fell off the map.
Before he became Kirk Cousins, before he started being Kirk Cousins. Hey, let's get that right. Let's get it right, bro.
Yeah. So Kirk Cousins, when he's on. Jettas, Justin Jefferson, that's Jettas. But then you have Dalvin Cook, and you have Irv Smith Jr., you have Adam Thielen. That offense is loaded with weapons. And then you have what is the guy's name? It's not James Madison. Is it James Madison? Is it James Madison? I think it's James Madison. The other running back with the dread, his last name is Madison. It's not James Madison, though.
No.
It's something Madison, though. I know it's Madison something. But more of the story is their offense is loaded. Their defense is really good. I could see Minnesota being a sleeper to win the NFC North. Then you look at Chicago. Chicago but they got into the playoffs last year solely on their defense. They got in the playoffs and with Mitchell Trubisky. And Justin Fields, I can't see them doing no worse than Mitchell Trubisky. Now, Andy Dalton is terrible. Don't get me wrong. Andy Dalton sucks. He's bad. But I don't see them doing no worse than Mitchell Trubisky on top. With having that defense, they always have a chance to make the playoffs. But I don't think none of those teams are going to get in, because Aaron Rodgers is going to play in Green Bay and they're going to take the NFC.
In the grand scheme of things, even though with this is a great debate, we're debating mediocre quarterbacks. That's all of it. I mean, honestly, let's just be honest with it. Let's just be straight up with it. We're debating mediocre quarterbacks. These guys are like from your Kirk Cousins. Again, I was a Kirk Cousins fan. Kirk Cousins, Derek Carr, they're all in the middle of that pack. But they're all in that bunch of assorted nuts. Like, I mean, if you got a good quarterback like your Mahomes, Brady's, Russell's, those guys, you always gonna win with it. Josh Allen is getting to that point where you can talk about that. I don't know, Deshaun Watson is in there, depending on if he stops being the NFL's version of Bill Cosby. Aaron Rodgers is on that top echelon. So, you got these guys, and then you got these up and comers, Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, if he's healthy. At that point, you're right in the middle of the pack. And when I think of middle, it's just mediocre. It's average, slightly above average. Like, I think. So we say how many teams we got in the NFL? 32. So if you're like anywhere between 14 and 18, I think you're mediocre, middle of the road. That's just that, and that's my thinking in that. So, and I could be way off on that. So let's see. I don't want Kirk Cousins. He's just better than Joe Burrow is going to be a bust. Oh, OG Rodgers there. Oh, wow, man. Derek Locke comes available. We should. Oh my. Okay.
That's my man. That's my man Roger. Always supporting the channel. But I would like to ask you, could you write down in the comment section why you think Joey B is going to be a bust? Just curious, not saying you're wrong.
Yeah,
because
that and Drew Lock. When Drew Lock comes available, we should pounce on him.
I don't know about pounce, but if we got him, I wouldn't be like, oh,
I wouldn't be upset, but I don't think that's something you got to go over. Oh, Lord have mercy, y'all. This is fun. It gets a blood flowing right before the. Oh, shout out to Dr. Petty. DC Bay, he knew that we playing this because I called your Bay, I called your job and said, when are you working, brother? He said, I think you and Juan do this on purpose. Y'all go live every time when I'm at work. Don't worry, I'm gonna send Kevin no eyebrow sheen. I had to deal with you too. One of his DuPont Circles buddies over there. So shout out to DC Bay, the OG. Hell nah, this is sad. We don't want no Drew Lock. Gunny Man. Fitz is a backup, only starting because we have nobody else who's proven. Hail to the W. What's up, Gunny Man? Thank you so much.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, no, he's not that wrong. That's is that Gunny? Is that Paulie? I think that's Paulie. Yeah, that is Paulie. What's up, Paulie? Hell to the W. Always giving young Anthony that cancer. He calls it that cancer cockiness. That's what. Thank you so much, brother, for the super chat. Thank you. It ain't no tape on Taylor Heineke. I hope he's a future quarterback. Tyrone said we getting Lamar Jackson. So that is what it is in that respect. DC Bay laughing because he knows it's the truth. I call them people, hey man, you better get Corey's takes though need to look. So I'm just gonna announce this Monday night here on the Warpath. It will be your boy Sanchez 405 and DMV Zone Nati. We will be on here, and there will be a lot of venom, fire, and aggressiveness from. I think Chicago's bleeding in on Nati now. He acting like he from Chicago. He getting shout out. Y'all got to go and see his live. They've done some new updates over there at DMV Zone, so check them out also. But let me see here. I got. But that was just a great like that. We took that question that I asked because of the graphic. I saw somebody said we'd be a Super Bowl contender if we had Derek Carr at quarterback.
I mean, people. I'm just gonna say this. People already think we're Super Bowl contenders with Ryan Fitzpatrick at quarterback. So if we got Derek Carr, who we know can score like a Ryan Fitzpatrick as far as delivering touchdowns and won't turn the ball as much as Ryan Fitzpatrick, think about it. It's not as far-fetched as you think because people think we don't think we're Super Bowl contenders, but people think we're Super Bowl contenders with Ryan Fitzpatrick. So if we got a Derek Carr, I'm not saying we are, but I'm not surprised that people actually think that. Come on now. Let it sink in. Let it sink in. And while I'm at it, let me read you his passing yards and for since he's entered the league and whatnot. 3,200 his first year, 3,900 his second year, 3,900 again his second year, 3,400 in his fourth year in 2017, 2018, 4,049, 4,000 again, 4,000 again, and 4,000 again. Has a total of 170 touchdowns since entering the league and 71 touchdowns. Okay. So I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I wouldn't be surprised that people think that, or if it did happen, it happens because Derek Carr is good enough to lead a team to the Super Bowl, especially with this defense. It's different if you're talking Derek Carr goes to a team like, let's say Miami, just for an example, because they can be a playoff team, but they don't have nearly as good as a defensive line or defense as a whole as us. It's different if you're saying he goes there and say he can win the Super Bowl. That's going to be harder for him to do, but he's not going to be asked to do as much because this defense is so dominant. So I'm not surprised that people think that. I don't think it's going to happen, or I don't think he has the capability to do it, but I'm not surprised that people think that, man.
So y'all are watching on the Warpath. Juan Gotti Talkin sports. This young man is about to hit 3,000 subscribers. He's less than 10 away, I believe. So y'all go ahead and subscribe that. Subscribe to my brother. Please do. Carr doesn't lose games. Problem is he can't elevate a team. He needs a supporting cast. Well, there you go. I mean, that's
true.
Yeah, I mean, that's, and Paulie makes a good point. Look, when Paulie speaks, I listen. So, hey man, that he's right. And Yankees ain't gonna do nothing either, Paulie. Go get it. Yeah, 3K Gotti over here. We're gonna put him on Bernie Mac's face and everything. He's gonna be Mr. 3000. So, but this has been a great conversation. I think I think it's a disagreement beyond perspective, right? Like I don't want to push my chips forward for like okay, this is what I'm saying. I want to get a PlayStation 5, right?
Same here.
And if I got a PS4, right? I don't want to push my chips in the basket for a PS4 that may just have an extra amount of storage. I want to step above that. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I think that's where I think it's all a matter of perspective here. I would take Carr over Fitzpatrick, yes. But would I trade for him? No, because that would be too much on there. I would take Carr over Fitzpatrick.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I'd do that in a heartbeat.
That trade package was terrible. Yeah. Let's just put that out there. I know we're disagreeing. We're not really disagreeing. We're having a conversation.
Yeah, we are. You know what I'm saying? This is my brother. This is my little brother right here, y'all. Like we this is what we do. This is like we got to have these things. And Nati and I are going to have this very similar conversation tomorrow.
Nati, if you're out there, make sure you get them, man. Tag Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy.
No. Come on. Nati is going to see, he gonna do that, pull out that future law degree on me, and he's gonna be like, well, Corey, if you can see in the case versus Carr versus Goff, this is I'm like, look here, Judge Nati, I can't do. But anyway, Derek Carr's in the wrong system in Denver. There's nothing wrong with him athletic. There's nothing, might not be athletic, but he can't stay healthy. He's always hurt. That's the problem with Derek Carr. He stays hurt. So that's what I'll say about that. But y'all, I appreciate it. I appreciate the super chats. Everybody coming in here, dropping. We got some Team 980 Hall of Famers coming in here. Paulie, tell your friends about us, Paulie. Also, DC Bay up in here. Armand, our classics as well. OG Roger, y'all killing me with live streams at the same time. I know, man, you can always go back and watch us, though. That's a great thing about YouTube. You can go back and watch us anytime you want to. Armand, Arthur, Jay Terry, Nadi's up in here, Tyrone. Let's see who else we got. Down South is up in here. He's another quarterback making too much money. Damn straight. Talking about Derek Carr. DC Petty Bay up in. Merrill was up in here as well. Who else we got? Door Gunner in the Hizzy for Shizzy as well. Dwayne Scott got him up in here. Who else we got? Got to make TA of Noble Sports was up in here. My man Hawk. We forgot to mention Hawk. What's up, Hawk? Derek Hawkins up in the house for real. But y'all, I appreciate it. Appreciate you, Juan, brother, coming on here. I got to go to my radio program. Paulie live with you. Yes, from the Team 980. That's right. But appreciate y'all so much. Thank you, Juan, brother, for coming on here. We're going to do it again next week.
Yep, definitely. And as always, thank you for having me on, man. It means a lot.
It means a lot to me that you do this, brother. And it's a great conversation, great debate as always. But y'all don't forget, if you haven't signed up for the giveaway, I'm extending till the end of this month. So y'all can go out there, check it. Remember, jersey, couple of gift card giveaways as well. So you have 3 prizes as we hit 2,000 subscribers. As always, I'm Sanchez 405 for Juan Gotti over here. Love, peace, and hell. We'll talk to you next time. Guess what? We out.